The Shadow is Drawsteel's sneaky backstabber, but there's so much more. The Shadow in Drawsteel is a pretty much explicitly magical, at least in 2 out of 3 subclasses. But it's a class you're going to play if you're playing a thief, a rogue, maybe even certain kinds of like swashbuckling type characters, an assassin. And they do this through their heroic resource, which is called Insight. And they gain 1d3 Insight at the start of their turn, and they also gain an Insight whenever they spend a surge to deal damage. They also get a 1 Insight discount on heroic abilities when they have an edge. And this is again tying back into the design of Drawsteel, where it reinforces the playstyle it wants you to have. So as a Shadow, you're even more incentivized to flank or hide or get a height advantage to make sure you have an edge, because your heroic abilities are going to be cheaper. Now, one of the main draws, the big cool thing that Shadows get, no matter their subclass, is hesitation is weakness. Now, this is an ability that you use as a trigger. I think it costs you some insight. I think it's a free trigger actually. And it basically means you go now. So use it at the end of an ally's turn, and it means you get to go before an enemy gets to go. It doesn't give you an extra turn, it just means you get to go further up the chain. So you and an ally go back to back, potentially devastate a creature that would be about to go normally. It's really cool, really fits in the sort of like ambusher type character. Super cool. Now, the Shadow has 3 subclasses, which each have a really strong identity, and are quite different from each other. So, the College of Black Ash, the College of Caustic Alchemy, and the College of the Harlequin Mask. Now, the College of Black Ash involves using shadow magic. So their main maneuver they give you is the ability to teleport, and that's also their triggered action, which allows you to teleport out of danger. And later on, they get more kind of abilities that utilize that ash, maybe deal a bit of fire damage and things. You then get the College of Caustic Alchemy, who are a bit more focused on like poisons and mechanisms to kind of ambush their enemies. So they get a maneuver called Coat the Blade, which lets them gain a couple of surges, which they can convert into poison damage. And they also get a Smoke Bomb, which allows them to hide more easily. Their trigger involves them throwing themselves out of harm's way and potentially avoiding effects as well as damage. And lastly, we have the College of the Harlequin Mask. Like a few of the classes, this is the most kind of out there one, kind of like your Otter Troubadour or your Stormwhite Fury. It is an illusionist type class that allows you to, impersonate your enemies, misdirect them, and their maneuver allows them to literally, appear as a harmless animal, a less harmful version of themselves. If you spend insight, you can appear as a specific enemy, and their trigger is a way of misdirecting an attack coming in. So you meant to attack the College of the Harlequin Mask Shadow, instead you attacked your own ally. And again, the whole class is a very strong flavour of ambush and sneaking and so on. But each of these subclasses, so they're reinforcing these different ways of doing things. So you're incentivized to be constantly mobile in the College of Black Ash. The College of Caustic Alchemy is encouraging you to make sure you're preparing, you're using your maneuver to prepare. It's also letting you hide a bit easier. And lastly, your College of Harlequin Mask. It's reinforced you to act a bit, not weird, but like to be deceitful, to get yourself in over your head in a really cool way. And I think along with that ability to reduce the cost of your heroic abilities, these subclasses all kind of filter back into that and allow you to create a really unique character.